I'm not sure I've ever seen something like this happen in the United States of America before. I want to show you all the moment a 22-year-old preschool teacher is arrested on camera in the middle of an interview while speaking out against this administration's actions in Venezuela. Genuinely, politics aside, I know that some right-wing people love to troll in the comments. A lot of my commenters already agree with me on things. Politics aside, somebody expressing their First Amendment right, their freedom of speech, the ability to talk to the press and criticize the president in whatever way you want. No death threats, obviously, but just criticizing the president in a common sense way falls under the purview of the First Amendment, very much so. Nobody should be arrested for doing that in the manner that I'm about to show, but we should also all be able to agree, political party aside, that these attacks on the media are coming in a top-down manner. Trump's entrance into politics was attacking the media, calling them fake news. 10 years later, we see him sitting at his cabinet meetings, attacking reporters personally.
Are you admitting to releasing the full video?
Didn't I just tell you that?
You said that it was
You're
up
the
to
most
Secretary Hicks.
obnoxious reporter in the whole place. Let me just tell you, you are an obnoxious, actually a terrible reporter. And it's always the same thing with you. I told you, whatever Pete Hegseth wants to do is okay with me.
He continues to go on and just rant and rave at reporters. This was a week after he yelled "Quiet Piggy" on Air Force One. Everyone at first thought, hey, is that reporter's name Peggy? But then we watched it and we're like, no. He's genuinely yelling "Quiet Piggy" at the press.
Sir, is there something incriminating in the file, sir?
We have an old, demented, senile man who's screaming at reporters. The point here is, for the past decade, we've seen the President of the United States launch unprecedented attacks against the press over and over and over. Like, just over the past year, he's sued BBC over January 6th. He then sued the New York Times for $15 billion. He's seeking $15 billion about the Epstein files. He then sued the Wall Street Journal. He then sued ABC. He sued CBS. He has sued media company after media company, and these lawsuits have only ramped up since he entered office. Since he entered office, he's been leveraging the executive branch more and more to scare media companies and create a chilling effect. So what I see here in this video that I'm about to play is obviously not Trump calling in to arrest this particular woman or even giving a top-down order. But when you create an environment where it's okay to suppress dissent, to crush opposition, then people will begin to model the president of the United States because, well, he's the president. Let me play this video. Make sure you drop a like on this video to boost the message. We're honestly the variable that the Trump administration didn't think of. They realized that they can suppress dissent by suing law firms. Then they sued universities like Harvard, like Columbia, over and over, lawsuits against universities so that they're not creating the critical thinking students that can debunk this administration. Then they went after the press. Now even Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene are being targeted for speaking out against this administration. Every single act of authoritarianism coming from the Trump administration is a desperate attempt to consolidate power after they know they have betrayed the American people. They know the economic data is bad. That's why they're hiding it. They haven't released the Epstein files. Well, they were forced to by law, but they've only released about 0.8% of the entire files. Trump has been freaking out, hiding his health, hiding the Epstein files, hiding economic numbers, and now this all manifests in videos like this.
And we're working to learn more about what led up to the arrest of a protest organizer over the weekend after a rally against the U.S.'s actions in Venezuela. It all happened while our camera was rolling immediately after an interview with 13 on Your Side. 13 on Your Side's Kelly Lichter spoke with that woman tonight about what happened. Kelly.
Julia, Jessica Plitka says she was disappointed but not surprised as she was cuffed in the back of a GRPD cruiser because she says protesters getting arrested is not new in Grand Rapids.
Just moments after an interview with 13 on Your Side.
And as soon as the light to the camera shut off, two police officers came up behind me and said, "Put your hands on your head, you're under arrest."
I am not resisting arrest.
No, you're not resisting arrest.
I'm not resisting arrest. I'm going peacefully.
Organizer Jessica Plitka was arrested for failure to obey a lawful order of a police officer after marching in the streets of Grand Rapids against U.S. actions in Venezuela on January 3rd.
They had me bend over.
Let me play for you the full clip in its entirety.
This is not just a foreign issue, it's our tax dollars that are also being used to commit these war crimes. It is also the duty of us, the people, to stand against the Trump regime, the Trump administration that are committing crimes both here in the U.S. and against people in Venezuela.
Now, in the background of this interview, you could see that police car. And now right here, we're showing you video we have. Immediately after the interview finished, Plichta was arrested by 2 Grand Rapids police officers. You can see it in the video, and an officer tells Plichta that she is being arrested for obstructing a roadway and failure to obey a lawful command from a police officer. You can see as she's taken away in that car, she was issuing a number of messages about wanting the U.S. to free Maduro. But again, she was taken away by police officers there, and you can see in this video, officers were closely following this procession in downtown Grand Rapids. We have reached out to GRPD for more information about the arrest, but we have not heard back so far.
I think the real threat to this country has to be the 22-year-old preschool teacher who is giving a gentle interview about how she really strongly disagrees with the administration's actions. But just remember, this administration has shown time and time again that they are increasingly scared of people being able to exercise their First Amendment rights. That is why they are trying to get every wing of the media under their control. It worked with CBS very clearly. That is why they are trying to get all of the colleges ideologically aligned. As I said, they're scared of the press exposing what they're doing, and they are especially scared of smart young people like this 22-year-old college student who is out there speaking against the administration. Here's the problem. This isn't even a regime change. This was regime coercion. Honestly, something that I can concede is that the initial military operation seemed to be impressive. In 88 minutes, we got in there without any U.S. troops dying. We captured Maduro and his wife and left. I mean, sure, we can say, yes, you got your military win. Nice, good job. But that's never historically been the hard part of regime change. The hard part of regime change is building a sustainable long-term government or institution or coalition that can then govern the country back into democracy. Trump is doing the opposite of that. He is actively hurting and eroding the very foundations of Venezuela by allowing Maduro's VP to come back in while we just take them or take their oil, plunder their country for oil. It is a disgusting display of, honestly, open authoritarianism, which is obviously something that we see coming from Trump a lot. But I think the worst part, the most offensive part, is the absolute hubris to think that the United States can go and enact regime change in Latin America, which we've tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed over and over. But somehow you think that Pete Hegseth, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, and Donald Trump are going to be able to build a well-functioning, healthy, democratic government when they can't even do that here. They have ruined the economy here. They're hiding economic data here. Unemployment is up, inflation is up, all of the macroeconomic indicators are trending in the wrong direction right now. But hey, why address any of the real issues when you can dominate all of the headlines with Venezuela and then arrest people who are trying to speak out against this administration? This is not the America that I recognize. This is not the America that I want to live in. We are going to continue to fight back. You know, today is January 6th. What was it? 5 years ago on this day now. It's been 5 years since Donald Trump tried to overturn the election. Let me know if you think I should make a broad video about the fake elector scheme, about Trump, about the J6ers. From there, we can continue to fight back. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.